Welcome back. And in today's video, I'm feeling moved to share with you all something in regards to, I think it's the verse, my power is made perfect in weakness. And so I think one thing I, as well as all of us, would have to acknowledge is that we are weak without God. And for those of us that are very prideful, I at times struggle with pride. That would be hard for me to acknowledge that I am weak. But on this journey, God has showed me that I'm definitely weak without Him. And so it kind of just reflect on those situations where, for example, let's say forgiving someone, you would think like, man, I can't forgive that person because that's just something that I can't do. But what I can do is get very upset with this person and not talk with them ever, right? That's what we would tend to do, or some people would tend to do, like myself, before wanting to love the other person. And so that would be a weakness of mine, and that was a weakness of mine that I would not want to forgive, and so therefore I wouldn't do it, right? But then because I recognize that I can't do it, that's where the Holy Spirit and God comes in, because at that weak point that I can't forgive, I need to give it up to God and allow His Holy Spirit to enter my heart so that way I can forgive. So for example, let's say, me and my wife, we've been married for 10 plus years. And, there are times where she just gets me really upset. And before, I would kind of just not talk to her for a couple days because I was upset, right? But now that God has shown me a different way, those times where I would want to be upset with her and not talk to her for a couple days, I kind of just let go of that and let go of me and just be like, okay, I can't forgive her. I can't let go of this by myself, but I know that if I let God work through me, He can let go of it through me, right? So I don't not talk to her for those couple days. And you know what? It's gotten easier for me to do that, because I would rather be happy for however many days God has given me with my wife than to spend like some days like not talking to her because I'm upset with her. I know naturally we tend to get upset, our feelings get hurt, and that's how we react. But I think the challenge is to love and forgive in that moment, and recognize that that love and that forgiveness can only come with the help of God through His Holy Spirit. And if we don't attribute it or do not believe that it's coming from God or the Holy Spirit, then we, in a way, say that we could do it on our own without God's help. And that's the danger of it, that we start to think that, we don't need God to love, we don't need God to forgive, we don't need God to show mercy. But in reality, that's where our strength comes from to do stuff like that. It comes from God by the power of His Holy Spirit. So hopefully that all makes sense to you all, that, in our weakness, when we think that we can't love, when we think that we can't forgive, when we think that we can't show mercy, that's where we are weak, and we have to acknowledge it. And that's when we need to let God, by the power of His Holy Spirit, enter our hearts so that we can love, forgive, and show mercy. So the next time that you're in that situation, just pray, come Holy Spirit, and show that person Jesus' love by you allowing Him to work through you. So thank you for watching.